Edmonton Oilers general manager Steve Tambellini is a very popular guy these days. He's got a number of players a number of teams wouldn't mind getting their hands on, but at the same time he's come out and said that if he doesn't make a move by the deadline, that he's okay with it.
Well, I think it's very easy to say that when you have so many players that other teams are interested in. We look at the Edmonton Oilers, Dustin Penner, a lot of teams interested in the Habs and the Rangers specifically, Ales Hemsky, another Edmonton Oiler that many teams are inquiring about, with the Pittsburgh Penguins, the LA Kings, and the New York Rangers also interested in Hemsky. I think when you're a GM and you have so many teams calling about players, you can come out and say, I'm not too worried because those teams are coming to him.
Exactly. Those aren't the only players that are attracting a lot of interest. Ladislav Smid and Jim Vandermeer on the back end are attracting a lot of interest from a number of different clubs. Nashville apparently reported this week that they're pretty much hot in pursuit of Ladislav Smid, and we've got a number of teams that wouldn't mind getting their hands on Vandermeer as well. There could be other players in the mix. Andrew Cogliano is another player that teams have inquired about, so we could see a lot more movement coming out of Edmonton than too many people realize.
Tambellini also stated that last year he was worried about moving out talent to bring in young talent. This year, not as worried, but you have to think the youth movement is still on in Edmonton. Last place in the West. If they were to send Ales Hemsky or Dustin Penner somewhere, you'd have to think they'd want a high first-round draft pick, a good prospect, or a good current young NHL talent.
Absolutely, and the thing with Penner and Hemsky is that they have an extra year left on their contract, so you're not trading for your prototypical rental player. So that means a guy like Wayne Simmonds, Braden Shen, those are the type of players that Edmonton would want in return. And whether the Kings pull the trigger on that deal remains to be seen.
Well, you highly doubt that the Kings would ship out Braden Shen or Wayne Simmonds if it wasn't the perfect deal for them, the perfect deal for the Edmonton Oilers. We'll wait and see if that happens. I wouldn't expect both of them to go, possibly one of them if it was the perfect deal for the LA Kings.
So stick with us here on the fourth period as we follow the Edmonton Oilers and all the teams in the National Hockey League as the NHL trade deadline creeps quickly. No more sleep for us, but you know what? It's just the way it is.